Here I'm having a problem with this panel. It has a backlight problem. The screen is just black. So let me try to turn on with these probes with the screen here. Okay. So this is my negative probe on the ground, and then this is positive. Just let me plug in the display. Let me plug in the display. So as you can see, this is the cable which is going to the LEDs. So I have disconnected from the pan, so I just want to check what's going on. So this is the screen. And I have put the screen. So I just want to check now. Let me connect the probes from the power supply. And this is for positive terminal. Okay. So this is the positive terminal. Okay. So now let me try to turn on the mobile phone. Let me try to turn on the phone. The phone is on. Screen is not showing anything. Let me turn on the phone. Yes, the phone is on. Let me try to open the screen so that you see what's going on. So this is the screen, as you can see inside. It is turning on. It is turning on. You see? This is Itel. So on the screen, the backlight is dead. So the phone is on. So if I do that, even if I connect this one, it is not turning on. Let me connect it so that you see. Let me solder it back so that you see that it is not actually working on the backlight on the motherboard. It is not working. So here is the phone. Let me try to solder back the backlight actually. Here. Let me put it down. I'm failing to solder it. Let me put it down so that I solder it. Okay. Okay. Because some people might say, no, he was making a video how he did disconnect the the backlight. So you see, the backlight is soldered perfectly. You see, it is soldered perfectly. So now let me see if the phone will turn on. So okay, putting back the screen cable or the screen flex cable. Okay. Okay, let me try to put something so that I prevent the motherboard from short-circuiting. Okay, so this is the negative terminal, and this is positive probe on the positive terminal of the phone. Okay, so let me put back the panel down so that we try together and see if the mobile phone will turn on. Let me use the tweezer to turn on the mobile phone. Okay, the mobile phone is turned on. Let me try to separate the LCD. As you can see, it is not showing on the screen. So I'm trying to open the screen so that you see. You see? Okay. You see? It is turning on. So the backlight from this motherboard, it is dead. Yes. So if I try another method to check if the LEDs are working properly, okay, I will use the power supply so that you see we check together if the LEDs are okay to verify if the motherboard has got the problem. Okay, let me disconnect this clip. So let me try to disconnect the backlight where I did so that it is disconnected. Okay, so now I'll get the same probes with the voltage of 15 volts. This one is negative side. Okay, this is negative, and this is positive terminal from the backlight cable. So I just want to see if the back or the LED are working properly. Okay, I have connected the LED backlight. So let me try to increase the voltage to 15 and see if it will turn on. This is the screen with the connected power supply. Okay, let me now try to increase the let me put it down and try to increase the voltage to 15 and see if the screen will actually, this is 2, this is 10. So for the backlight to turn on, you have to provide like 15 to 20. So let me try to reduce the okay, let me try to increase the voltage actually to 15. You see? So that means the LEDs are okay from this mobile. So all I have to work on is on the motherboard. Some of the components are not working. So this is how it works. So let me try now to do what? Let me try to disconnect these. Okay, so actually the screen is okay. So the problem is with the panel. So all I have to do is to remove the what? To remove the metal case in order to repair the backlight. In fact, the backlight is here. These are the backlight components. Let me try to measure the voltages after turning on the mobile and see where the problem is coming from. Actually, my camera is poor. Let me try to put it back so that we see together. So these components are the culprits, are the one that produces the what? The backlight from here. Let me try to use the multimeter, even though the camera is not that much clear. So, okay. So the multimeter is here with me. Let me check this is the multimeter on deep mode. Now I'm trying to measure the phone and see if the lines are coming from there. We need to verify. So what I will do is I will try to put one probe here on the diode, here on the diode. So if I put on the ground, it is reading. Now let me try to look for the line which is going to the, let me put it in this way. Okay. So the first pin of the mobile, it is going here, from this diode. That is where the line of the positive is connected. So let me try to look for another one. So first of all, I will measure the voltages which is coming from here, so that I see where the fault is coming from. Okay, let me connect the power. Okay, down there. All I will do is turn on the phone. So I just want to see when I turn on the phone and see how it will work here. So this is so I will just check on the screen of the DC power supply and see if the mobile phone is on. Yes, it's on. So the mobile is on. The numbers are fluctuating. The amps are fluctuating. That means the phone is already on. So all I have to do is to get the multimeter, and also I measure how the voltages are coming from the let me put it here. Okay, so this is phone is still on. The amps are still being consumed. They are on the let me change on the voltages. Okay, 200. So one probe on the ground, and then this one on the first pin. You see the voltage which is coming is 0.3. It is very, very small. It cannot power the it can no longer powering up there. Just let me check this. The phone is off. Let me try to turn on again. Okay, the phone is on again. Let me try to measure also on the second pin. Nothing. So here the IC is not working properly. The IC is not actually working. It is not creating the voltage 20 volts here. This is 3 on the diode. It is just 3. It is just 3.7. So all I will do is work on, I will just work on this, trying to remove this. So let me try to remove, or let me try to also measure if the components are not working properly. Okay. This is actually the ground. Okay. This is actually a diode. So it is one side, it should be not showing the numbers like that. Then one side it should be reading certain values. You see? So this one is okay. So maybe the problem is coming from this IC which is here, or the coil. So first of all, let me check this. Let me try to remove them. the coil is removed. So first of all, I'll go step by step. I'll just remove the coil and try to replace it with another one so that I see where I'm going. So the coil is out. This is the coil. This one. My camera is poor, it can't show anything clear. So this is the coil. Let me try to replace with another coil. Yeah, so this is the coil I did remove. I throw it away, then the other one I just put from here. I just get it from here, from this motherboard to this is the donor motherboard. I'm also trying to transfer it to the board I'm trying to repair here. So I'm changing the coil. That one I did throw it away. Okay. Let me try to change this one and see if it will work. Okay. It's done. So now okay. So let me try also to turn on the phone if it will turn on the screen. If it is not, I will just change the what? The IC. So at least the motherboard is cool. Let me connect the screen first. Let me solder back the display cable, the backlight. Okay, it is done. Okay, solder it back. Let me try to plug in the screen. Plug back the screen. Okay, it's done. Let me get the probes. This is the probes in. The other one on the ground. Okay. Then let me try to turn on the phone. Okay. The screen is here with us, waiting to display something. Okay. Turning on the phone. The phone is on. No display. Okay. The phone is on. You see? But the display is not showing. Let me try to change the IC. Let me try to change the IC. Okay. First, let me remove the IC from the motherboard I'm repairing. Okay. Let me remove it. Okay. It is out. Let me try to get this one. Okay, this is the donor motherboard. I have transferred it. Okay. Let me see how it is. Hopefully this one will make a change. Okay, I'm done putting that one. Let me see if it will work. If it will do something. Chai. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me put the IC there. Okay. So let me try to down the motherboard. Okay. Here is the screen with us. Let me try to plug back the screen. Okay. Let me try to put the probes back as well. This is the probe. One on the ground, one on the positive terminal of the phone. Okay, here is my tweezer. Let me try to turn on the phone and see if the phone will work or not. Voila! The backlight is back now. So this is how we do it, bro. You got it? So this one has got the problem. Now the problem is finally fixed. The IC was dead. Now it has started working. The phone is on. If we measure the output together, oh, the phone is off. Oh my God. I have short circuit there. Okay. So this is how it works, my brothers. So this one, let us measure the voltages together before I turn on the phone. Okay. This is the phone. I want us to measure together. Okay, so this one, oh, let me try to turn on the phone. Okay. The phone is on. I'm sure you are able to see. Oh, it's off. The connector is not. Okay. Okay, let me try to turn it on. Okay, let me do this. Let me put it clearly and measure together the output voltage. Or maybe we can just measure the back of the screen other than checking the. Okay, let me do this. And we measure at the back of the screen so that we see the voltages which is coming out there. I have to be careful. This is where I got there. Okay, here we go. So I just want to check properly and see actually the voltages which is coming out there. To put on 100, okay, on 200. Hopefully the multimeter is able to display. Okay, so this is the multimeter. Let me try to turn on the phone. Oh, the phone is on. The phone is on. Let me try to do this. You see? The phone is on. That's Itel logo. Yeah, the phone is on. It's on. So let me try to measure the backlight which is coming out. The multimeter is showing. This is 16. So 16 volts. This is the voltage which was missing before. 17 to 20. That's how it works. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, even though the camera was poor. Yeah. So that's how we do it, bro. Yeah, the phone is done. It's done. So I just take time to do my work. So in conclusion, when you are doing repair, you have to know repairing. You have to know the components, how the components work. So by replacing these culprits, these two, the phone went on the screen, the backlight came back. So that's all, bro. Thank you very much for watching.